This girl is Kasara running to her crush's house named Shu. Even though he locked the door, Kasara still managed to break in and cook for him. Currently, Shu is eating outside the restaurant. Sitting with him is the girl Ayato. She hopes he thinks more about the future. Shu quickly stood up. The past or the future he will decide for himself. Ayato's face changed, so she knew that Kasara had been coming to Shu's house to cook recently, making him jump and quickly change the subject. After eating, he let Ayato pay for it. It doesn't matter, she just wants some benefits to call Shu. However, his phone ran out of money and Shu sneered. When she got home, she found Kasara sitting still. Because there was no electricity, she could only make salad. Shu was about to not eat but saw Kasara so sad and had to please her. Kasara wrapped his arms around Shu. She knows Shu is a genius if he is determined to be unstoppable. That's why she went to help him. Kasara has paid all the electricity and water bills. The electricity will be back tomorrow. Right at this time, an order came. Shu did not have to borrow Kasara with the promise to pay her as soon as possible. Kasara got tired of hearing this in the last 3 months. Shu was excited that the mountain he wished for was about to appear. Putting on the 3D glasses, Shu teleports to a conference room. The instructor showed all the recent commissions. A D-class disaster occurred at a very large casino. The killer, because he lost money, wanted to get it back, but disrupted order. He was so happy that he could just beat him up. The instructor interrupted. Where he played was the VIP room located in the deepest part of that building. After explaining, they started bidding for this trust. Shu returned to notify the director. Still like the previous times, even though he did everything, the remuneration was accounted for 80% by the company. Shu prepares to go on a mission with Ayato helping. The plan was very simple. Ayato just needed to attract his attention for him to sneak attack. That demon summoned me to help. Ayato joined the fight. Shu hid in the corner and waited for the other guy to let his guard down and then rushed out. However, he had armor to protect himself. Kasara appeared out of nowhere to save him. Shu asks the girl to handle this guy for her, but she is weak against this guy. The reason was that Shu did not perform the ritual before the battle. Kasara's transformation power skyrocketed. She jumped to Ayato's help, only to discover that Ayato's body odor was identical to the one she smelled from Shu. The two girls argued and turned to fight. Shu ran back and became Kasara's target. She took this opportunity to ask for the key to Shu's room. She dealt with the monster in 10 seconds, but due to the destruction of several buildings that shook violently, fragments began to fall. Kasara rushed out to cut the pile to pieces and save the people. You have already passed the threshold of an A-class disaster. Episode 2. Kasara came to Shu's room early in the morning. Seeing Shu sleeping with her tongue out, she excitedly took off her clothes and took a couple photos to post on Facebook. Only later did Shu wake up. Kasara sat quietly in a corner calculating this month's spending. Shu sneered at why it took so much effort because he received a commission salary today. Kasara threw a surprise in Shu's face. Not today but at the end of the month. They will eat bean sprouts until then. Kasara took her books to school. While waiting for the train she found a part-time job. The group of friends saw Kasara's hard work and began to blame Shu. At this moment, Student Council President Milha appeared to join them. Take this opportunity to invite Kasara to the party tonight. Milha is the son of the mayor of the city. At this time, Shu went to beg Siano to find a job for her. Ayano immediately called her mother to ask for help, but she immediately changed when she saw Kasara's photo with Shu. She angrily left. At this time the police began to investigate the case. A high school student meticulously plans to assassinate the city chief. Shu at this time came to the party to work as a security guard, and when he walked around, he did not see anything. He went to the corner to hide his cigarette, then he met an acquaintance. And Ayano was annoyed when she had to wear such a cumbersome dress at work. Kasara circled around the hall. There are many delicious dishes here. She was about to pull out the box to bring back when the President Milha appeared, startling her. Shu and Mr. Mile discuss about the haunted high school student. Currently, he cannot be caught. They have to be mentally prepared for different situations. The Prime Minister gave a speech. Shu returned to his seat and continued his work. This city is considered the economy of the world. The people here almost all come to get rich. However, that is not easy. Even though the boss has promised to help them become stable, there are still many people at the bottom of society. The demon student watched the entire speech. He thinks the boss is deceiving everyone. This guy came out to kill the president, but Kasara kept him. This guy ran away. Ayano also has to chase after but he can go through walls. Can only let Kasara chase. He took a kick from Kasara and jumped into the administration room to hide. At this moment, Shu appeared and cornered him. There was a phone call, and the superior asked Shu not to kill but to capture him alive. Shu went online to look for money to buy that tool with the money he received today. The demon began to reprimand all sorts of things. He only cares about money. The demon ran away. In the end, Shu also had to spend money on super speed delivery. He clicked play to be present, knocking the other guy away. So the task is completed. Although he was a demon, his words just now shook Shu. In fact, he didn't like this city at all. Episode 3. Shu wakes up from a nightmare. It's exactly like the disaster of childhood when both parents died right in front of his eyes. In another development, this doctor is being chased by the police. He grabbed his suitcase and ran for his life, but could not escape. When he was about to be arrested, he loudly agreed to sign a contract with the devil. Immediately his phone lit up and he turned into a demon. The mayor summoned everyone to come and think of a way to deal with this guy. Now he has turned into a giant caterpillar. According to the investigation, this guy is an employee of a northern factory. It must have been other countries' spies to steal the refined technology. The director immediately implemented a plan to exterminate this worm. Meanwhile, Shu asks Ayano to go to the park. He wanted Ayano to help him with the quest to defeat the demon. At Shu's plea, Ayano agreed. Kasara emerged from the lake behind them, her face so shocked that she thought Shu was going on a date with Ayano. The auction to receive the entrustment took place. The unexpected came again. The other caterpillar has an energy stone in its body. This is a very rare thing that can power the whole city, so they changed their goal from killing to capturing alive. The difficulty increased too high. Shu left depressed. Ayano's mother's company took on this mission. Police surrounded the scene. Mr. Mile was also involved in this case. He tells the sheriff about Shu's past. Shu is the only one here who signed a pact with the A-class devil Kasara. Because this city has too many resources, other countries want to take it, so they decided to ban this city from using heavy weapons. That's why the police couldn't use more advanced weapons, so they could only ask Kasara for help. At this point the attack began. They froze the caterpillar and proceeded to capture it alive. But unexpectedly this helps it evolve. It wreaks havoc everywhere, causing heavy damage to the scene. Ayano arched his ass and ran away. Faced with a critical situation, Ayano's mother could not capture it alive, so she asked for help from Shu. Kasara appeared and hugged Shu. In exchange for Kasara's destructive power, Shu will have to lose 3 months of memories. It is a contract between two people. Shu did not hesitate to perform the ritual. Let's save Ayano first. With a much higher level, Kasara defeated the butterfly. Shu woke up and read Kasara's message to remember the battle plan. He raised his gun to the apartment just as Kasara broke through the monster's protective barrier with a single stab through its heart. That's not enough. Shu has to add one more pill. This time the monster is officially dead. Signing with the devil will definitely have to lose something of the other person's self, then lose the soul or part of the body. But Shu is so normal that it's hard for the police chief to understand what he ended up giving up. Volume 4, after defeating the demon Kasara reads its memories. At this moment, Ayano came to inquire. Kasara's head was filled with memories of Shu and Ayano. That night Ayano went on a mission. She discharged all the bullets to kill the demon as quickly as possible. She brought out their accomplices and discovered that one of them looked very familiar. Nearby, this girl's girlfriend was crying and sobbing. Then Ayano went to a very fancy restaurant to meet her friend. Linfa mentioned that the last time they couldn't recover the energy stone, the city was suffering from a power outage. Ayano took this opportunity to ask Linfa to help her with the investigation of the name just now. The remuneration is for this meal Ayano invites. Finished, Linfa left. Shu is currently preparing to go out shopping with Kasara. He just received his salary, so he is very excited. Suddenly, the student council president appeared. He came with the purpose of bragging about himself and asking Shu not to use Kasara anymore. At this moment, Kasara saw Ayano passing her and ran after her to the park. And Shu listened to the criticism and left. Ayano introduces Shu to Tara, who is a policeman at the anti-demon department. He explained clearly about the incident this time. There is a group of male American criminals who are arguing with another group right in the city. They borrowed the demon's power to fight. Last time when Shu was meeting Ayano at the park, he passed by here with the appearance of a multi-level salesman. He will tempt others to make a contract with the devil. Shu is angry when he learns that Ayano went to investigate alone without telling him. Mr. Tara got a phone call to say that the other suspected criminal had been killed. It seems that this is a case of resolving animosity between the two gangs. This guy's girlfriend is making a fuss out there. Ayano now went to the restaurant a few days ago with Shu to eat here. She discovered that day the student who planned to assassinate the mayor had signed a demon contract right next to her dining table. Shu kept following along, making Ayano uncomfortable. She got angry and ran away. Meanwhile, the police went to the crime bank. A gruesome sight, all dead. Ayano sadly sat at the foot of the bridge. Kasara appeared and told all the reasons why Shu forgot his own birthday. Shu thought while smoking a cigarette when he received a text message. After hearing Kasara's story, Ayano got even more angry. Meanwhile, the police surrounded the building where the demon was roaming. At this moment, Shu rode his bike and went inside to see a female demon who was killing the precepts. He fired a few bullets, but she was too fast. According to what they investigated, she was the girlfriend of the criminal. She hates both gangs, causing her boyfriend to die, so she comes to kill them all. A dejected Ayano was walking when the demon appeared.